We're going to be talking about some terms that have to do with legality and all that good stuff. Firstly, what we're starting off with is abandonment. What is abandonment? Abandonment is when you have an ill person and you leave them for whatever reason before you're relieved by someone else that has the same training or a higher level of training that can relieve you. Even if you're, let's say, going to go retrieve an AED that's minutes away, you can get in trouble for that. Don't do that. That is abandonment. Don't leave them. If someone walks by, ask them to go retrieve it for you. Also call 911 like that. But don't leave them by themselves. Go ahead and keep performing your first aid until you're relieved. Secondly, we're going to cover negligence. Negligence is failing to perform a certain level of first aid or not performing it really at all. So negligence can fall in, I'd say, two ways. One, failing to perform at an adequate level, or trying to perform something you're not trained in, something that you're not as confident in. That is also negligence. You can get in trouble for that, trying to perform something that you are not knowledgeable about. Next, we're going to go ahead and cover Good Samaritan laws. What is that? That's pretty much saying if you come and offer assistance to someone that may be unconscious and you're doing it out of your goodwill with good intentions, these laws are here to go ahead and protect you from being sued by that individual. We never know how people feel after they come to with some possibly broken ribs and like that from CPR and like that. So these laws are in place to protect people that have good intentions to assist people. Along with that, on the flip side, there's also a law of duty to rescue. That's also kind of obligating people to perform as well. But that's on the flip side. With Good Samaritan laws, these really unfortunately aren't in every state. Luckily in Texas it is, so if you're in Texas, we don't gotta worry about that. Even if people have tattoos on them in Texas saying do not resuscitate, we are required to resuscitate them, but that's in Texas. In other states, if they have a tattoo saying do not resuscitate, DNR, then that could be law-abiding in other states, not here. Next, we're going to be describing why it's important to check the scene. It's important to check the scene because if you're coming into an accident zone, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to assist this person and you're not going to be hurt like them, and you won't be able to assist anyone because you'll be hurt yourself. Along with that, how to get consent. If the person is unconscious, we will assume consent, implied consent, and we'll go over that in a sec. If the person is conscious, of course, always check them, shake them just a little bit if they're on the floor like that, see if they're awake. If they're not, implied consent. If they are awake, you can say, "Hi, yes, can I help you? You look a little hurt." If they accept it and say, "Yes, assist me, please," go ahead and proceed to help them. If they say, "No, don't touch me," if they are aware and conscious and they reject your assistance, don't touch them. If they've made it verbally clear that they do not want your assistance, if you proceed to touch them, it can be considered as assault and battery, and you can get in trouble for that. So in those cases, just call 911, wait for further emergency personnel, and they can take further action from there. As far as what implied consent is versus express consent, like I was kind of saying, implied consent is where the person's unconscious, not able to respond, intoxicated, anything like that, well, heavily intoxicated, anything like that, and you have to assume that they would like your help. If in doubt, assume consent. Express consent, again, is when they are conscious, fully aware, and they deliberately say, "Yes, please help me," or "No, do not touch me." That's expressed. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate the 3 C's, which is check, call, care, and then I'll perform 2 cycles of CPR. All right, and let's see. So, check, call, care. So first, we're checking the scene is safe. The scene is safe. I'm going to go ahead and come over here. "Ma'am, sir, are you okay?" They're not responding. I'm going to assume implied consent. I'm going to ask a nearby bystander to go ahead and call 911. Please call 911. This person's unconscious. I'm going to go ahead and begin care, which is the 3rd step, care. And we're going to go ahead and perform 2 cycles of CPR. My bad, I forgot to actually check for pulse and breathing after seeing that they weren't aware. So we're going to go ahead and check for breathing, check for pulse, neither. So now we'll go ahead and begin care, my mistake. So we're going to go ahead and, we're going to go ahead and start with compressions, 30 of them. Yes, and yes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 30, and then we're going to do 2 breaths. We're going to lift their chin, tilt the head about an inch, inch and a half. Make sure we have that airway open. Pinch their nose, cover the circumference of their mouth with your mouth. Watch their chest if you are bigger. Once it goes all the way up, don't keep blowing because then you can cause them to vomit. So 1 breath, 2 breaths. And then we'll do another set of 30 compressions. Awesome, and again, you're using your own weight to go ahead and put the pressure on the body. You're not actually trying to do push-ups or like that because then you'll get fatigued and you won't be able to perform as long. Again, we're going to do 2 more breaths. Chin, tilt, head lift, chin, tilt, head tilt. Pinch the nose, cover circumference of their mouth, watch their chest. 1 breath, 2 breaths. And that's how we go ahead and perform CPR. Of course, if there's any cracking of the ribs, perfectly fine. Don't stop performing CPR. They're going to be in pain when they wake up, but they're going to be alive. So that's the main important thing. And yeah, that's the main legal stuff with CPR.